Oof. This one sizable quest has been dissected, discussed and broken down more than any other in the game. Is there anything else to be said about it? Is there anything an absolute fanny like me can say about it? Well, I'll get a fucking go. Even the game itself loads us with some baggage before we meet Philip Stringer, the Bloody Baron. At the end of the crossroads, we met his band of thugs looting and threatening to rape. So I think the last thing you expect to see is the Baron as a jolly old man who likes afternoon tea and dancing. He's downright friendly to Geralt at first, happy to share a drink and offer some information. We also quickly learn that he helps Ciri, genuinely caring for her. The game as a whole frequently wants us to feel conflicted, but nothing personifies this quite like the Family Matters questline. He blackmails Geralt into helping him for a start, but then, as we begin the search for his wife Anna and daughter Tamara, we see genuine affection, fondness for his family.
What could possibly be so interesting about a doll, Witcher?
Looks like it might have been used for some sort of black magic. Where'd Tamara get it?
Black magic? Are you balmy? I made it for her. Brought the plants here from Nazaire. Anna had read some story. Insisted on having them. Spent hours tending to them, trimming, pruning. She was so content at that. And them, the frilly ones, called birds of paradise in Zerrikania. But Tamara called them dragons of paradise. She adored them.
But soon enough the truth emerges. The Baron is an alcoholic, prone to fits of rage, and for years has beaten Anna. In his interview with Andy Kelly at PC Gamer, Paul Sasko, designer of the Family Matters questline, explains that the story was a personal one drawn from his childhood. I saw families destroyed by alcoholism and violence. I saw parents fighting with each other and beating their kids, but they were also in love and loyal to their family. There's an ugly question at the heart of this quest. Is the Baron's love for his family genuine? And does it make a difference? If it is love, does that make his abuse worse even? We don't hear any of this from the Baron himself. Geralt has to go to the Peller, whom Anna trusted when fearing for her life. Of course, to hear it from the Peller, we have to help him find his goat, and Geralt's quest to find Princess reflects his paternal frustrations and... I'm ripping the pish. There's no deeper meaning. It's just a really funny quest, and fuck knows, we need the laughs.
Bear! Run, you stupid piece of shit!
Among the Peller's revelations is that Anna miscarried, and that the stillborn fetus has now become a botchling. The botchling, like the Poranaic from the Slavic folklore it's based on, is created from either miscarriage or children who are improperly buried. In our world, this myth comes from misogynistic fear, the blame pinned on the mother as a result of a perceived failing to look after herself during pregnancy. It's interesting then that The Witcher 3 flips this and puts the blame on a man, the Baron. The miscarriage that created the botchling was caused by years of abuse, and it only becomes a monster because the Baron tried to hastily cover it up, burying it without naming it. Hell, he doesn't even admit to the abuse until Geralt batters the fuck out of him. Here, the botchling isn't the symbol of a woman's failure to care for her unborn child, but the manifestation of male violence. But there's one piece of info from Paul Sasko that's key to why this quest hits home so well. The Baron was created as a parallel to Geralt. When the two first meet, Philip shares his moniker, the Bloody Baron, and in return Geralt shares his own, the Butcher of Blaviken. These are both men defined by the violence they commit, and it's no accident that they have the exact same goal in this quest: find their daughter. It might be easy to say Geralt is the more righteous of the two, but while key information about Ciri's whereabouts is being held at ransom, Geralt isn't by no means strong-armed into helping the Baron. He could have found some other means if he truly wanted to. If the two are parallels to each other, then it's not all contrasts. Geralt too will compromise on principles if it means helping his daughter, whatever it takes. Of course, that isn't entirely true. Geralt has definite boundaries he won't cross. He'll find the Baron's daughter, but he won't force her to return, or even say where she is. Sure, the Baron also helps Ciri, but it's easy to see he's treating her as a surrogate for his own daughter, helping her out as a way of squashing some of his own guilt. With Tamara, Geralt is merely extending the same consideration he shows to so many others. The Baron, on the other hand, frequently treats people like shit, berating and threatening those who he sees as in his way. They start in very similar positions, but as the truth about the Baron's abuse comes to light, their differences become very apparent. And Geralt sits in judgment of the Baron.
Damn it, will you relent? I'm ploughing now I've done wrong.
Good.
Players can choose not to offer comment, but Geralt will not, cannot forgive the Baron for what he's done. The quest's major point, confronting the botchling, can be concluded with a tough-as-nails fight, or a naming ritual in which they lay the botchling to rest and turn it into a lubberkin.
By the powers of earth and sky.
By the powers of earth and sky.
By the world that was to be your home.
By the world that was to be your home.
Forgive me, you who came, but who I did not embrace.
Forgive me, you who came, but who I did not embrace.
I name thee, say her name, and embrace thee as my daughter.
I name thee, Daya, and embrace thee as my daughter.
This is the Baron finally owning up to what he's done, but what it amounts to is left to the player. Depending on player choices, the quest conclusion frames itself as a tale of redemption, where the Baron may start to make amends for his terrible actions. Or Anna is lost, and the Baron hangs himself. A fit end for him maybe, but a terrible fate for Anna. Regardless of the ending though, one truth prevails. Tamara survives but has had her worldview warped by the upbringing she had to endure, having now joined the cruel witch hunters out of a desperate need for family and security, and Anna is one way or the other utterly broken by everything she's been through. In advance of the conclusion to Geralt's own personal quest, this is a poignant reminder of the stakes when it comes to our family, especially our children. Each action we make on their behalf will ripple through their lives. As we'll get to later, Geralt himself is the product of his traumas. In the fate of Dea, we see the concern of a parent, the future of their own child weighing upon them. Geralt sees a terrible thing that could have been avoided, and a long chain of events that led to it. A man did this, and the damage done cannot be undone.